What is up, you gorgeous, fabulous creatures, and welcome to a brand new episode of F the Scale podcast. You're here with Kylie, Australia's emotional eating coach, and it has been a hot minute since I have dropped onto the airwaves, so I'm really pumped and excited to be back. Allow me to explain my short absence there. We have been in the thick of filming for a brand new free weight loss course that I'm releasing. It's coming out this month. I've been talking about it for ages, but it is coming out this month. And I'm pumped and excited because it is the level of any professional weight loss course that you would pay hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars for. I wanted to give this away to you for free, and I am giving it to you for free. Let me just give you the background, because my journey with emotional eating and weight loss in general has been so traumatic over the years that I am on a mission this year to touch as many lives as possible. And the quickest, fastest, best, most efficient way to do this, both time-wise and financially for you all, is to give you something at no charge. So if you haven't yet registered, head on over kyliepax.com/free course. It's coming out this month. As I say, really pumped and excited. Now, today we are going to talk about a topic that I have been bouncing around in my head, and I'm still really nervous actually to bring this to you. But I think I'm deciding here and now that this is what we're going to discuss. And it is setting boundaries in your personal life so that you can lose weight. And by this, I mean setting boundaries with other people and setting boundaries with yourself. Because listen, honey, you can set boundaries with other people all day long. You cannot be guaranteed that they're going to listen, give a rat's ass about you and your boundaries, okay? But you can set boundaries with yourself, and only you are in charge of those boundaries. If you try and set a boundary with another individual, you can't, listen, let's be honest, 99.9 gazillion %, they don't give a shit about your boundaries. They're going to rebel and push against your boundaries at every single chance they get. But you, when you set boundaries with yourself, you're the only person that you have to pull the ass in line, so to speak. So I've been setting very strong boundaries from the beginning of 2023. I'm going to give you a little bit of background here as to how and why this unfolded. So I had an individual in my life, well, I still have them in my life, with whom I've been a massive people pleaser my whole life. I wanted this person to like me. And this is what I did for several years. When she said jump, I said how high. And I found it distressing, mainly because I was going against my own personal values. I was disrespecting and dishonoring certain parts of me, certain parts of my relationship. Now, at the start of this year, and this happens with, of course, as we get older, we get a little braver. And at the start of this year, I thought, this is some special kind of bullshit right here. And I just started setting some strong boundaries. I expressed clearly and calmly that this is not a situation I am comfortable with any longer. And here are the stipulations for us to be able to continue forward in a conducive and productive manner. Well, it went down like a lead balloon. This individual is not happy, honey. Not happy at all. So my life has been quite tumultuous ever since. Now, I had a decision to make at this point. Am I going to flip-flop and go back on my word to myself and just say, oh, whatever you want, sweetie, that's just fine. Allow me to take care of that for you. Or was I going to stand firm, even though it was so fucking uncomfortable, even though it made me want to eat my feelings and my emotions? Like, that could almost just make me cry, because how fucking sad is that? To think that another individual, you have allowed, because I did this, I allowed it. This person, listen, they can jibber jabber all day long. Those people, everybody's got someone in their life. I want you to insert your pain person, insert your PP. Okay, no, don't insert your PP. Insert your pain person where I'm talking about this individual, because we all have one. We all have a PP. And that's just so annoying. It's just so annoying. So as the year has continued to unfold and I have stood by my boundaries. Now, let me just say, well, as the year has continued to unfold and I stood by my boundaries, the situation has escalated to an extremely painful point. And I'm going to let you know sort of what transpired yesterday and how it affected my eating and the new decisions that I'm making today as a strong woman who is fucking in charge of what she decides to do, say, who she decides to be, and what she damn well decides to eat. Now, let's just start this by saying, first up, that the best decisions you'll ever make in your life most often won't make any sense. They're the ones that don't seem to be logical. They're the ones that seem to be nonsense. They seem to be nonsensical. And yet, most often in hindsight, we can see they were the bravest, best, most determined, most strengthening decisions of our lives. And I'm so fucking proud of the woman that I have become just over the first 6 months of this year by setting boundaries to protect my emotional state and standing by them, honey. It has been a nightmare not to break my boundaries, but I'm so determined, because here's how you know you've set good boundaries. You feel really good and honorable about them. When you put your head on the pillow at night, you know that you haven't been rude to anyone, you haven't disrespected anyone, you haven't dishonored anyone, most importantly yourself, and you have always acted from a place of love, kindness, compassion, and understanding. For yourself, yes, but also for what the other person is going through, because hurting people hurt people. We know this. And I can now reach a place where I can have compassion for this individual and understand that whatever is going on in their life must have left them in a place where they're just not happy. They're not happy. And often those people, let's put it this way, and I want you to apply this to yourself as well. The people who are not prepared to look inwards and take any responsibility for themselves will always point the finger at somebody else. All fucking ways. Always. Point fingers left and fucking right. If you would do this, then I could be happy. If you would change, then I would be happy. If you would do this or not do this, well, then I could be happy. And I can flip that coin on myself. How many years I did this with my first husband. If you would change, then I could be happy. If you would stop doing this, if you would start doing this, then I could be happy. Now, again, let me just say, my ex-husband and I are best friends now. We love each other dearly. And you know, it wasn't just me nagging in the marriage. We all have our issues. But I know I've seen this pattern in myself. And now with age and the advantage of hindsight, I can pick it up. I can pick it up if I'm attempting to do it, and I can sure as fuck see it in other people. And this particular person is living a life of, if everybody else would change, then I could be happy. And what's so sad and tragic about that, and really, please take a moment to think about those words. It is sad and it is tragic. What's tragic about that is that I have no intention of changing, because I love who I am and I'm very proud of who I am. So if I'm not going to change, then by default, this individual is saying that they can never be happy. How sad is that? I mean, for fuck's sake, what kind of a life is that? To try and put that burden on another individual and relieve yourself of any responsibility? First of all, what a bizarre way to live. But secondly, just sad, because that's a wasted life. Now, here's what I want you to get from this. How many times have you set boundaries incorrectly in your life and told people in your family, around you, at the workplace, your children, your spouse, your whatever, I need you to not bring that food in the house because I can't control myself. I need you to do X so that I can experience Y. Can we all take a collective breath? That is a special brand of bullshit right there. Another individual in your house has just as much right to eat Krispy Kremes as you do not to eat them. Are you honestly going to fucking sit there and try and tell somebody else, I want you to be unhappy so that I can be happy? Sister, please. No, we don't roll like that. We are fucking powerful, strong, determined women. And there is nothing outside of you that is affecting your weight loss but you. It's you. It's your thoughts. It's your shit ass thinking. It's your negative mindset. It's your poor decision-making capabilities at this time that have got you into the position that you're in. And you know what, sweetie? It is the same fucking brain that got you into this position that's going to get you damn well out. It is your brilliance, your ability to adapt, your ability to pivot and find new solutions to old problems that is going to get you out of the hole that you're in. So when I'm talking about setting strong boundaries, I really want you to get it. Yes, if you need to set boundaries in your life with an external individual, one or more, please, please, please have the guts to do it. The one thing that I've learned from this experience is that you will never regret setting boundaries to protect your emotional well-being, but you will sure as fuck regret not doing it all the way, or all day long. You'll regret not doing it. You'll live a life of misery and compromise, and you'll feel shit about yourself, and you'll continue to eat just so that you can have some emotional relief from the way you are dishonoring yourself. The reason that you need to set strong boundaries, listen, let me say this to you. The people who try to convince you to compromise your boundaries for their pleasure are the exact reason you need to have those boundaries in place to start with. And now we need to flip the coin, because there's two sides to everything. There is not really anybody outside of you that is affecting your choices with food, with your weight, with your goals, with your life. Not really. We like to tell ourselves, well, if my job wasn't so shitty, if I had more time, if the kids this, if my spouse that, if my partner this, like, we can throw fucking stones all day long. But what do they say about people in glass houses? Look at yourself first, honey. Look at your damn self. Where are you compromising your damn values in your life just to avoid conflict with yourself? This is what I mean. Hear me when I say this. Oh, I know I should go to the gym, but I'm so tired. No, that's bullshit. Anybody can get up and go to the gym. Anybody can leave their house and go for a 10-minute walk. But you're using the excuse, I'm too tired, so that you don't have to be uncomfortable. But let me tell you something right now. There is a discomfort attached to every fucking decision that you make. Do you think that just because you didn't go for that 10-minute walk today that you somehow won? No, because you get to wake up tomorrow with the discomfort of knowing one more day that you're living in a body that you don't like. Eating food that you really, really wish you could give up, and being disappointed in yourself, but hey, here I am. I just don't have time. That's bullshit. I want you to ask yourself 3 questions. What part of you believes that you can't have what you want? And whatever excuses come up, understand that they are excuses. So first of all, here's the 3 journaling prompts. Ask yourself, what part of me believes that I can't have this? Secondly, where am I telling myself bullshit stories that this is too hard? Oh, this is too hard. I mean, I could do it, but it's just so hard. It's so hard. Weight loss is so hard. It's not fucking hard. Listen, I keep saying this. Listen, because we're in a bit of a feisty mood today. First episode back, and it's all happening. If you haven't yet listened to podcast episode 56, my podcast, episode number 56, I break down the 5 eating codes for you in minute fucking detail. They are also coming in the free video course that I'm releasing this month. Again, KyliePax.com/free course. Go over and get it when I told you to. Now, ask yourself, where am I telling myself this is too hard? And I want you to challenge it. There's a system I use called the 4 C's. I'm going to get to the 3rd question you need to ask in a minute, but there's a system I use. I call it the 4 C's. And this is how you challenge your bullshit thinking. First of all, you catch the damn thought. You catch it. I see myself thinking, oh, this is too hard. I don't want to resist the chocolate tonight. I've had a bad day. I've got this person bullying me. I've got, 1,001 children to look after. I've got all this homework that I need to help the kids with. I've got all these things. This is what we do. We always blame our problems on it, this, or that. Oh, it's too hard. This is such a problem. Oh, if it wasn't for that, I could do this. I want you to find your personal brand of it, this, or that, and fucking squash it with your 6-inch stilettos, because you are better than that. So the 4 C's, you catch the initial thought that you're thinking that it, this, or that it's just too hard. It's too much. It's too overwhelming. It takes too long. I just can't do it. Then you challenge the damn thought. You catch it. You challenge it. Is this true? Can I be absolutely certain that this is true? If this went to court, could they prove indisputably that it's too hard for me to say no to chocolate at 8 p.m. at night? It's too hard. It's actually impossible. It's biologically, physiologically impossible for Kylie to say no to chocolate at 8 p.m. at night. No, that again, special brand of bullshit. It's your personal brand of bullshit. That is not a thing. So first of all, you catch the thought, you challenge the thought, then you're going to change it. Well, if it's not true, if it's actually not true that I can't say no to chocolate at 8 p.m. at night, what do I choose to think instead? And I might come up with a thought like, I choose to honor myself and my body tonight. I'm going to sit and wait 5 minutes before I go ahead and eat the chocolate. If I still want it after 5 minutes, of course I'm free to have it. I can go have it. But let me just sit with these emotions for a second, just a second, and see if they're so fucking traumatic as you tell yourself that they are. So you catch a thought, you challenge the thought. You change the thought to something more productive and conducive to your goals. I choose to love and honor my body tonight. I choose to eat an amount that makes me feel good. I choose to put my head on the pillow tonight and feel damn proud of myself. That's the third C. And the fourth C is to connect your new thought with a corresponding action that supports your goals and what it is that you want to achieve. So you catch a thought, you challenge thought, write this shit down, people. You catch the thought, you challenge the thought, you change it, and then you connect it to a corresponding action. It's going to take you where you want to go, not where you don't want to go. Now, circle back, people, circle back. So I started giving you 3 journal prompts. So the first one was, ask yourself, what part of me believes, like truly, there is a part of you that actually believes that you can't have what you want. It's for other people, but not for you. It's just never really going to happen for me. And dispute that using the 4 C's. Where do you believe that this is too hard? It's just too hard. If it wasn't for this or that, I could have this. Use the 4 C's to dispute it. And then thirdly, ask yourself, what or where are my fucking boundaries in this area? Where am I dishonoring my own boundaries? And again, circling around, we're not even talking about boundaries with other individuals anymore. We're talking about your own boundaries with yourself, because everybody needs to have a baseline. A baseline is a line that you simply do not cross or go below. They are your baseline bare minimum standards. As in, when I'm feeling really shit about myself, let me tell you what happened last night. Okay, because I did say I was going to share this. So there was a hideous event with the boundary challenging individual. Phil and I had the kids over. It was one of the kids' birthdays. It was all so exciting. And we thought, you know what? I just want to make their night so special and so amazing. So we decided to go to McDonald's. We were all really hungry now. It was about, I don't know, it was 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. Like it was getting on. And I'm like, oh my gosh, let's just make this the most incredible special night for their birthday. This is going to be so good, because it was 2 birthdays in one. So we decided to take them to McDonald's. That's what they wanted to do. I haven't eaten McDonald's. I calculated it's probably 27 years since I've eaten McDonald's, something like that. But I wanted to participate and be part of the occasion with the kids and Phil. So instead of what I had actually planned for dinner, which was salad with tofu, and it's going to be all of these amazing things, and it would have been all the vibe, and I really love it and I enjoy it, and I would have felt really good about eating that. But I decided to switch my plan and eat the damn McDonald's, because I wanted to be there in that moment, fully embraced with the kids. I didn't want to do what I also would have had an option to do, which is say, you guys eat and I'll eat when I get home. That also would have been perfectly fine. But I made a decision that I felt really good about. And I had the fillet of fish burger, because I'm a vegetarian. So I ate the fillet of fish, which I haven't had for like 25 odd years. And just side note, what the fuck? Like, do any of you still eat McDonald's? Because as I say, a 20-year gap between eating McDonald's, I'm like, where is my, first of all, the price, people, the price. I'm like, didn't the fillet of fish burgers used to be about $3.25? It was $7 something. And then it came this tiny little 50-cent size piece of burger. Like, where's the damn burger? It was tiny. I said to Phil, this is ridiculous. Like, we spent about $80 feeding the kids McDonald's. I'm like, I thought fast food was supposed to be the cheap option. What is going on? So it was interesting. It was funny, but also I made a decision that I felt good about. I was determined. I set boundaries for myself. And I said, if I'm going to eat this McDonald's, I'm going to eat it fully giving myself permission. I had the burger. I had some fries with little Dolly. It was just beautiful. We shared. And I said, I am not going to go home and beat myself up or tear myself down for eating the fast food when it wasn't really on my plan for the day. Like, that wasn't really the vibe that I had decided in the morning. And let me tell you something, just because I set that boundary does not mean for 1 second that I came home and my brain was all like, we feel good, this is great, let's all really celebrate. No, did not do that. It did not. All night, and even still this morning, actually, it was like, oh, Kylie, you should not have eaten that. That's going to make you fat. You better weigh yourself first thing in the morning. You know you're going to be fat now. Oh, I can't believe you ate those fries. You really didn't have to. You know you could have said no to the fries. Shouldn't have done it. And I had to talk myself off the ledge and say, these were the boundaries that I set. I felt really good about setting those boundaries, and I'm going to stick to my minimum baseline. I didn't go there and get all the fucking thick shakes and the ice creams and the whatnot. I didn't go to town. I made 2 choices that I felt really good about. I did feel really good about my little minuscule fish burger and sharing the fries. Like, I felt good about that. But my brain was not going to let me have that as any kind of victory. You need to set your boundaries and your standards in that area. I'm not going to talk to myself like a dick. Like, I'm just not going to do that. I spent so many years of my life in that hole. I fucking refuse to spend one more day there. My brain will catch up eventually. Right now, it's still being a dick. It doesn't get it, but it will in time, as long as I don't join hands with it and skip off into the sunset going, yeah, we're really bad. I can't believe what a bad person I am. I ate the burger. Oh my God, I should just die right now. No, I'm not doing that to myself anymore. So here's the wrap up from today. Sometimes you need to take a step back so that you can execute at a higher frequency moving forward. What I mean by that is give yourself the opportunity to change your own algorithm. I am giving myself, my brain, my mind, and my self-talk the time it needs to readjust until my habit brain gets on board and goes, oh, she's not going to talk shit about herself anymore. I might as well stop sending up the shit thoughts because she's not going to latch onto them. And like I say, skip off into the sunset together. I'm not doing it. So give yourself some space and some time. Your algorithm will change. Your habit brain will start sending up new positive thoughts, like we say, that are conductive and conducive to where you want to go. But you've got to understand that every time you still hear them dancing through the space of your mind, that doesn't mean you're a failure or / it's not working. That means you're making change and progress. And here's another opportunity to make another thought switch. So my darlings, I want to send you all the love and the thanks and the real gratitude for everybody who has now found this podcast and is joining this podcast and is sharing this podcast. I am so grateful to be able to touch lives and share my food fuck ups with you all and hopefully help make your journey a little bit easier. Emotional eating is always going to be there. I still do it. I just don't do it anymore to the point that it rules my life and or I feel bad about myself, and especially it doesn't stop me from losing weight. So for those of you, let's just talk 1 second about weight loss. For those of you that are curious, because I did go back to really adhering to my 5 eating codes, the ones that I talk about in my free course, kyliepax.com/free course. I really honed each and every one of them starting from January this year. I joined a gym. And when I say that, I don't do very much there, but because exercise is never going to make you skinny. It's always going to be what you put in your mouth. And I honed in on my eating codes. And since the beginning of January now, I have lost 7 kilos, 7 or 8. I'm going to have to give you all a correct update. I'll do that next week. And I've done all of that at the age of 51, going through perimenopause, having a thyroid that thinks it's in a coma. Like, I've done all of this with these situations and these circumstances. I don't live a stress-free life, as you hear from today's podcast. My life has all the same stresses and challenges as yours, but I still am able to do it, and it's not hard at all. I still eat my chocolate every day. I still eat my sticky buns and things that I love, chips, all the things that I love, like we hear last night, McDonald's. Don't know that I would say I love that, but I still have all the things. And just for your curiosity, I did weigh myself this morning after last night's McDonald's food, and we had birthday cake, but we had all the things. But I followed my eating codes, did not gain 1 ounce, not an ounce. So my loves, I'm sending you all the love. I hope you have an amazing week. And as always, please remember, please, the only person who has the power to change your life is you. When you step up and set some fucking strong boundaries that you adhere to above all else, that is when you put yourself in a position to honor yourself, honor your body, and that's when you've got what it takes. Sending you tremendous amounts of love. I will see you again next week. Until then, gorgeous ones, bye for now. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to shimmy your butt over to kyliepax.com/free course and sign up for my free weight loss training so you can start losing your weight now. You'll also find helpful notes and resources in my past podcasts that will help you lose your weight without the BS diet drama. I'll see you next week.